And so as promised, this is 5000 subscriber Q&A. In the background you'll see a couple of games I play nowadays. So that kind of answers already one question. I'd like to remind people that I have Patreon page open for pledges, so if you enjoy my content, my style and everything I do, I suppose, you can support me by donating a little bit. And to be honest, even knowing that there's somebody that is supporting me from Patreon or somewhere else is just kind of an obligation for me to make more quality videos. And as another interesting thing for this year, for this celebration, I kinda treated myself, and I hope you guys enjoy it as well.
From now on, this will be my voice, at least for a while, that's for sure. So yeah, basically I got a new mic. And to be honest, I was highly surprised to hear my own voice in this way. Frankly, I hear in my head at least the old mic's voice a lot more than this one. But hey, scientifically, you hear your voice a lot deeper than others do, so I guess this is closer to reality. But yeah, this is Blue Snowball mic, and well, I chose it for two really interesting reasons. Well, first of all, because the quality is quite astounding indeed, and second of all, because it is popular, and for a good reason. While the old mic was basically coming together with the Sound Blaster Tactic 3D Wrath wireless headset, and oh god, the name is ridiculous, but other than that, I mean, the mic was definitely improvement from my €1 old-ass cheap-ass mic, so yeah, that was just atrocious. So anyways, let's get into the Q&A. And starting with the oldest question, just going upwards. Why are you so mad? Alright, so tell me, would you watch me if I were to deliver my lines in monotone voice? Probably not, I'd say. See, being angry shows that you have a passion for a thing, so, well, people are drawn to passionate deliveries of things, so I'd say this is a good thing. Alright, moving on, we have two questions in at least similar nature. What is your reason to start playing games? And who or what got me into playing video games? And the same question goes as well for YouTube stuff. Starting with the games, the first one I ever played was Duke Nukem 3D, and at that point I fell in love. I saw that there was a lot of potential in video games. You could make pretty much anything you could imagine, and well, that's really why I want to become a game dev. And really, to compare video games to, well, let's say any other entertainment medium like books or movies, you still get railroaded, yes, but you are able to, well, explore things a lot more. You're put in a world with rigid rules that are set for you. You have to actually experience for yourself that and have real emotion on your own. And of course there are shitty games, that's for sure, and there are shitty movies as well, so there are, well, shitty parts of anything really, but really, to compare best games with best movies, I would still like to see a movie, and I would still like to play a game. It's sort of an interactive versus non-interactive medium debate, and I really won't go into it much more. Well, the first thing that got me into making a couple of videos was really my friend. We set a bet who could get more subscribers by a certain date, and well, I won, although we both didn't reach 50 subscribers, so that was kind of funny. And then I took a break for a while, really didn't hope to achieve anything with that, but at one point I thought, well, I really like this Tribes Ascend game. Well, I could make a couple of tutorials explaining a couple of things. You know, it's a good start for any channel to, you know, go for tutorials. At the time it was interesting that every time I had to record my voice, I had to basically record one word and then just sort of slap them together and somehow make a sentence. That was kind of interesting indeed. Instead, like now, I'm talking freely. Well, I still cut between breaths and everything, but you get the point. But yeah, after Tribes Ascend again I took a break, and well, then came PlanetSide. That was about half a year later, and well, I stuck to it. And in short, that's a quick history lesson. Alright, next question. Where do I live at the moment? Latvia. That's all you're gonna get out of me now. And then moving on. What's gonna happen to PlanetSide 2? I don't mean your videos about it, but I mean the game itself. Well, let's see. I'm not a developer, I have no insight in their inner workings or anything, so at this point everything I'm gonna say is pure speculation. But as with any game, its population will reduce gradually over time. That is for certain, that happens to every game. Of course there are hardcore fans who pop in once in a while, but all the same, they will reduce all the servers to just one, just like Plantside 1. Other than that, I'm not quite sure if devs will launch the Nexus or any other battle islands or continents. As for Plantside 2 2.0, the dumbest fucking name ever, that whole project with all the resources and shit, I'm not sure when, but probably will be released at least partially sometime next year, or the very least next 6 months won't be filled with anything interesting, let's just say so. But if the question really is about if there will be Plantside 3 or anything like it, I kind of really doubt it, because, well, Daybreak Company is a new game company, and frankly I don't see it rise anytime soon. After all, for fuck's sakes, how long have been the goddamn hizzy in the fucking early beta, or what the fuck ever is it called? And you still have to pay for the fucking thing, although devs said they're gonna release it for free to play once it comes online. The fuck, really? Now, the only game that will get a sequel eventually will probably be the EverQuest. After all, it's the most, well, successful, I'd say, from all the games they have. Yeah, so quite pessimistic look at the whole situation I have, but hey, that's me. Alright, moving on. What does your logo represent? Where does it come from? Why are there two versions? Alright, so why there are two versions? Well, the first version, the cruder version, is what I drew on my sketchbook, then I scanned it in and, well, made it into a picture, eventually with the Photoshop's help. Not really good work, to be honest, I'd say, but yeah, hey, I don't know really well the Photoshop myself, so don't judge me. No, and if you're interested in all the symbols, including the original scan, you can find all of them in my About section in my channel. There's a link to Google Drive share, so, you know, you can just get it for free. And second version is made, I think, on my 100 subscriber milestone or 1000 subscriber milestone Q&A or something. I don't remember exactly, but it was made by Mad Almog, my Plantside 2 outfit leader. Now, the question about where does it come from? Well, really I drew it in mind of actually having logo for my channel. I wanted to have something to represent ideas, the thoughts, the opinions that TheYamiks is. So, there you go. I guess that answers also the first question. What does it represent? Alright, moving on. How do we, dirty plebs, ascend to godlike state of yours? Well, I suppose you're speaking from a console peasant view, so, you know, you just already answered your own question. Stop playing console games, stop actually using the fucking consoles. The true path to gloriousness is through the PC. But in case I misunderstood your question and you were just asking, how do you become so fabulous as me? At this point I really have no answer to that. I'm sorry, I just don't know. Alright, moving on. Been to Lithuania? Oh, yes. I've been to all Baltic states, that is Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania. Those of you who are too stupid to understand such a thing. Now, I'm not really big on traveling. I fucking hate sitting in a bus. Traveling by plane or train is a lot better for myself. But hey, still, traveling not for me, really. Alright, moving on. Do the symbols at the beginning of your videos mean anything? Well, a true fan, and that is not fan of mine really, but fan of certain something, will understand this. Now, I don't particularly want to put in too much meaning into many things, because after all I make way too many videos, and to put, you know, something in each and every single one is just way too tiring. So I'll just say it's not too meaningful, it's just something about the video itself. Alright, moving on. What on earth made you stay with Plantside 2? The Reels edition. Now, when it came to PlanetSide, I already made such video, why do I play PlanetSide 2? If you really want to, you can go and check it out and everything. I explained pretty much in detail why I play it. But other than that, really, I'd say I play PlanetSide, well, I at least used to play PlanetSide more because I had to make videos and, well, I had people to play with. And besides, it was one of a kind game, and it still is. But when it comes to PlanetSide, my only wish for it is, at least for the future, to re-break the record we broke for most players in single battle or whatever was it called. I even have the certificate I already got and showed for a couple of videos. But yeah, we basically had no playability when we all were playing. It was just lag fest galore, that's all it was. And as a last question, more PlanetSide or will you focus on another game? And if yes, which one? Well, at this point I really see no good ways I could entertain people with PlanetSide content. I guess I could just remake videos I made in the past or just redo stuff I done already, but that's just boring as fuck. So yeah, I would like to switch to another game, and that another game I'm looking towards at least is Overwatch. But since I didn't get into beta at least the first couple of waves, I really hope I'm gonna get into new January waves or something and I'll be able to feature the content there. But if all else fails, I guess it would be Counter-Strike or Team Fortress or combination of both. I'll see what I can do. But one thing's clear for sure, it's gonna be an FPS game. So yeah, there you go, the Q&A. To be honest, with 5,000 subscribers you would expect to have more questions in general, but well, you know, I haven't been really that active, so I personally didn't expect that much. Now, as for next Q&A, well, you can expect that one on, well, 10,000 subscriber milestone, so, I don't know, maybe let your friends know about the channel or the content in it, and, well, subscribe and everything.